that the Lord is still moving, that the Lord is still doing things on outreach in the midst of this pandemic. And I just want to encourage you guys, like my family was so lost, so broken, so hurt. But if the Lord can send an entire team from all over the world to reach my family, He can do the same thing for you. Hello everyone, my name is Lathan Lowing with Island Breeze, and we just had the privilege of coming back from my home state, South Dakota, where we did about 3 weeks of ministering in the place that I grew up and where I went to high school. And it was such a privilege and such an honor for me to bring my team from all over the world to affect and bring change to my small little town of Hot Springs, South Dakota. We were ministering at parks, we were ministering while cutting weeds and doing different things while serving the city. We even got to see Mount Rushmore. We got to take the team all over the beautiful Black Hills of western South Dakota, and we just had so much fun while ministering and serving. And so it was just such an amazing opportunity to be able to go and do something that I've prayed for so long, which was to bring change and bring Jesus and the gospel of the kingdom to my family, but also to my friends, and also to the people where I grew up, and even the indigenous of our land, the Lakota Sioux. And so it was just so amazing to be able to do that, and it was like a dream come true. So many prayers came to pass while our time in South Dakota, and almost 4 years of sowing and prayer. Finally, we got to see the fruit of it, and we got to see a harvest. My dad, my mom, and my brother all gave their life to Jesus Christ for the first time. And not only that, we began to actually see a change in their life over the rest of our outreach there. We began to see their countenance change. We began to see the way they act and the way they talk and the way they interact with people. It just began to change. And we began to see hope restored. We began to see a refreshment take place in my dad, who has been bound in so many things for so many years. We began to see a hope and a beauty and an authenticity come out of my mother, who has been so burdened down for so long. And we saw so many things come to my brother, who began to be so refreshed and began to have new life come from him. And it was just so amazing to be able to see the team take part in that, and to be able to sow into my family and sow into my community in such a way that only they could have. There is hope in the midst of this pandemic. There is hope in the midst of all that's going on. There is hope in the midst of the chaos in our families, in our towns, in our cities, in our nations. Wherever we're at, whatever the circumstance, there is hope that God can break in and do it for you. Thank you guys so much.